go. All right, girls, are you enjoying your treats? Huh? Are you enjoying your treats? Oh, Miss Glinda. Life of a broody hen. I think you guys are enjoying that. Hi, Coco. Let's see. Hi, Minnie. There goes Coco. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope everybody's having a good day. We're live from the chicken run. Hey, Breezy. Yes, you get some chicken therapy. Hey, Jennifer. Just a quick pop in. I was out here collecting eggs and cleaning up things, and I threw the girls some lettuce. I'm going to walk out there right now and get them some more. Hi, ladies. Hi, Midnight. You sound like a little old woman. And so we're going to go over, and then we're going to get some. See, I have this sweet little garden bed right in front. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give them this because this is about to bolt. Now, yes, I will be eating lettuce too, don't get me wrong, but when I give my chickens food, it's extra, I get the best eggs. Boy, Chanel, you're looking kind of shabby chic. You looks like you're kind of doing a half molt today. And Midnight too. Looks like Midnight's doing kind of a molt. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Minnie girl. Hi, Minnie. Would you like this? Is that what you're here for? You just here for the lettuce? I think she may have a broken beak. Maybe she cracked it. Or no, that's just dirt. Never mind, I see it. It's dirt. Her beak is fine. This one has Chicken Tender has broken the tip of her beak before, and we just file it, and it heals back just like a nail. And yeah, she's okay though. It's just dirt. And Sir Grace and Trip from Trip Up the Mountain just pulled in. They've been out getting things. Ooh, Chanel really is doing a molt. Chanel is this bird right here on the end. And so is Midnight. Hi, Tweety. Hi, Tweety girl. Yep, so this is just some chicken therapy. If you have any kind of questions about owning chickens, or you just want to know about chickens. Hey, Musgrave Family Farm. I am not a poultry expert, but I'm an expert with my flock, and I don't mind sharing what I know. And we are out just enjoying the day. I've got them out free ranging because we live in a subdivision. They do not get to free range without supervision. Dogs are the number one predators in a subdivision of chickens. So, yeah, so my girls can go out and enjoy the grass when I'm outside, and I'm sure my neighbors all think she crazy lady standing out there talking to her chickens again, but that's okay. It's okay. Tell me where you guys are tuning in from, and if you don't mind smashing that like button, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out. For those who don't know, this is the chicken run. I go live from it at the beginning of every Lazy Saturday Night Live, so you guys get to see the chickens now. I've had a lot of feedback with people wanting to see the girls, and so I don't mind sharing that. You're hanging out in your office in Eastern Kentucky. Hey, I don't blame you. Boy, though, today it's a pretty day. Hey, girl. This one is Chloe. She is the one that does not listen to me. All of my girls, I can get into the chicken run with no problem, except for this one. And I just struggle with her. Not exactly sure why. You wanna go see? Let's go see what today's egg count is. These are fake eggs down here. Oh boy. This is what a broody hen looks like. And I'm not afraid. See, she puffs up. This is Glinda. I know, we don't have a rooster. I know. I've talked about these nest pads, and as you can see, they're still sitting on top of my aspen pads that I really like. And no broken eggs. Here's the other one, and she prefers not to sit on it. She is very broody. There are glands up underneath of the birds, so that we need to like get some air circulation too. It'll help cool her down, and it'll break her of this broodiness. I'll let you just listen. You were mad at me. Hey, girl. We'll go in on this way. Yeah, you're giving me the I am totally mad at you look. Yep. So, and she doesn't peck at me. I have some girls that'll just like stomp at or like peck at my fingers, and she doesn't. Hi, Sir Grace. Sir Grace is here. Hey, I'm live, just so you know. Okay. Yes. I'm just showing them Broody Butt. We call her Broody Butt. Yep. So, hey, Trip. I've got Trip up the mountain here. Hey, I'm live.
You going live?
I am just showing them little Miss Broody. Oh, Randy's in the chat. Hey, Randy. I'm so glad you're here. This is little Miss Glinda. Let's see here. Yeah, they're getting some lettuce. So, how are you, Randy? I'm so glad you're here. We're just hanging with the girls. So, just so everybody can see. Excuse me, Missy. The eggs are not breaking now, but that's because Sir Grace put it on top of the aspen pads. So these work with some cushion. Oh, you're good, good. Now, she does not prefer this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick her up. I know, princess. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we're gonna set her down in the shade. And you'll see, she gets mad. She'll be all right. She puffs up. She's gonna be going into jail later. But this is what a broody hen looks like. And this one is little Miss Faith. She is disabled. She's been like this for about 2 years. And not much you can do. Hi, Crystal. Welcome in. Welcome in. There's Miss Tender. See, you can see that she cleaned her beak off a little bit. It's not broke. We're doing a summer molt. A couple of the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Midnight's doing a soft molt on top of her head. Yeah. You're not looking very pretty. You're looking shagalicious. And then, let's see here. The other one that's doing a summer molt is Chanel. You can see the way her feathers look. She'll be getting new ones soon. What breeds of chickens are these? Great question. Okay, so I have a variety. Minnie right here. Hi, Minnie. She is a Plymouth White Rock breed, which is in relations to the black Australorps. It's just two different colors. So both of those girls lay brown eggs. Chanel is a type of an Easter egger from Meyer Hatchery called a Green Queen. Coco is a traditional Easter egger. Faith, my disabled one, is a black Australorp. Miss Chicken Tender is a Green Queen Easter egger from Meyer Hatchery. Midnight. Hi, Midnight. You're a Green Queen as well, Easter egger. Now, she normally has like the muffs around her neck, but because of her molt right now, she's not very muffy, I guess. I don't know how to say it. She's lost some feathers on top of her head, but that's okay. She'll get them in. I don't stress over it. This sweet little one right here is my favorite girl. This is Coco. Coco is a Easter egger, and she lays a pink egg. And this one is Chloe. Chloe is a Lisa steel egger from Meyer Hatchery. It's just a designer breed. Have no idea what she's mixed with. And then I'm gonna go back over here to Glinda, who is broody. Let's see if we can find her. Is she in there? See, I use sand in my coop. That is a great way to keep their feet clean. Let's see if I can find Glinda. I think she took off on me. Yeah, I think Glinda took off on me. She is a cookies and cream. So the one that is black and white, imagine, let's see if she walked around here. And then this is just my little rooster. I always tell people I have a rooster. There he is. You love the little cheek fluffs of Easter eggers. So do I. Let me see if I can find Linda. She took off on me. I'm not exactly sure. So I'll have to find her, but she's a cookies and cream. All right, and then that's the garden I planted right in front of their chicken run. Got some nasturtiums growing, and I've eaten a few of these flowers. They're so good. They've got a little bit of a spicy taste. This is cinnamon basil, and then mammoth basil, and there's Genovese. And then this is German chamomile. And it looks like I have some potatoes coming in, which is probably because I threw like all my composty stuff at the bottom. I have a little bit of dill growing. And then there's some mint in here somewhere. It's probably got buried. I don't know if it'll make it or not. And then just some lettuce. So whatever I don't eat, I share with my chickens because they're going to give me eggs. All right, Sir Grace. Do you see Glinda? She took off on me. Oh, you took Glinda. Okay, so Glinda has moved to broody jail. So she's in a kennel in the garage with fans and treats and water and her food. So we can go ahead and start breaking the process of her being broody. We do not need a broody hen. So it's better to break them early. They quit eating on you, and they'll lose weight and they get really ill. I actually had a girl do it to me a couple of years ago. It was Coco, and she was so weak that I had to take a syringe with some electrolytes, poultry electrolytes, and that's how I revived her. I think he was up towards the garage, I thought. Did he? He just must have gone inside. Oh, okay, must have. Okay. For those who don't know, Trip Up the Mountain is actually who's talking in the background. He's a family friend. Go over and check his channel out. I don't have any moderators. Well, wait a minute. I have Randy. Randy's here. Randy, can you look up Trip Up the Mountain And if you can, if you could drop his, if you know how to drop his link. If not, don't worry, it's no big deal. I'll go back and I'll type it into the about section. Make sure we all go over and check him out. I know that he has been, he rescued a baby bird that was not able to go back into the nest, and he is feeding her around the clock and getting her used to nature, and she's doing great. This is the second one, and he's sharing that journey on his channel right now, so go over and check him out. Give him a like, give him, if you like what you see, follow him, and let him know I sent you. He actually is a very good family friend of ours, and that was his voice. But anyhow, well, if you guys have any chicken questions, go ahead and ask away. We're just totally hanging out here. I guess I should show you the different color eggs that were laid today. That way you guys can see. And I can tell you whose is whose by looking at the egg. Super easy for me. This one is Faith. I told you about my little disabled girl. As you can see, I don't know because there's her feather too. She still lays eggs, so we're not going to get rid of our little disabled girl. And this one is more on the blue side. This one would be Chicken Tender's egg. And let's see here. This one is Midnight's egg. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, I'm sure, but it's more on the green side. Do it like that. Let's see. And this one looks like Chanel's egg, I'm gonna say. And then this one is Minnie's egg, and I know it just by the size of her egg. And then it's gonna be really hard to see, but there's tiny, tiny, tiny little speckles in it. So that's Minnie's egg. So you can, and then you can kind of see the different colors right there. Not sure how well it's showing up on camera. Hi, Chloe. So that is today's haul. That's 5 eggs for today. I think that's pretty good for a flock of 10. And I'm not sure if Sir Grace grabbed eggs earlier, so there might be more. Hi, Chloe. These two are really good friends. Chickens make friends. This is Raven. She's my older girl. And Chloe is my younger girl. And I find value in the older hens. A lot of people will call them out, and I'm not here to judge you if that's what you do, but I don't. I have value with my girls. Even though I know she's slowing down egg laying, she protects Chloe from being bullied, and she kind of taught Chloe from the get-go on what the, what's it mean to be in the pecking order, and what's allowed, what's not allowed, and what time, like going into bed and all that stuff. That is what Raven has done. And I find that Raven will throw her wing over Chloe if Chloe's getting beat up on, and then she will go and follow up with pecking really hard on the girl that's beaten up on Chloe. So there is value with your older hens. It just depends on your values and what you want as far as keeping your chickens long term, or as pets, or calling out the flock and starting with new ones. Everybody is so different. Breezy asks, what influenced you to start raising chickens? You are family. And maybe I've never shared that with you. That's pretty, maybe I haven't. Maybe I should have shared it with you. I grew up, part of my childhood was with the military, and the other part was living in small town Indiana. When I say small town, the population, when I was growing up, of our city, which is actually what it is labeled as, was 3,000 to 5,000 people. That was how many people were in our city. So as you can imagine, it was a pretty country life. And I've always wanted chickens. I became a military wife, and you cannot have them on military installations. And I always wanted chickens. We moved into a subdivision, and I was told that chickens are banned in my city, although there is now, it's not, the ordinance has not changed. The, looks like she might be getting ready to take a dust bath the way she's acting, so I'm going to keep it right there with her. They've made an exception to the rule. It's a little bit of a process. But I've always wanted chickens, and I live next to a farm. And in January of 2020, before COVID took over our lives, my neighbors came down and asked me if I wanted chickens. And I said, well, I live in the subdivision. I can't legally own them. And they said, well, we have this piece of property, and I'm just going to flip it up. There's the farmland. This is actually, you can see the green grass. This is actually their land. And so they marked off an area and said, you can put your chicken coop and run right here, and you can have all the chickens you want. So we are actually standing on my neighbor's farm as I'm talking, which is 15 feet off my house. So when you look at it, you think my chickens are on the property, but they're actually not. They're on the farm. So yeah, and I love the fresh eggs, but to be honest with you, there's something therapeutic about them. They're very relaxing. They teach you about life, patience. I think there's, and having little ones around them too. I think it's important to have kids around animals, whether it be chickens, dogs, cats, hamsters, guinea pigs, whatever. I think it's important to have chickens around kiddos. It teaches them patience and responsibility and to care for another animal. So our chickens are our pets. I know that's not a popular saying in the homestead community, but I don't care. If you don't like it, move on. Our chickens will live their lives out, and I will not be culling the flock. Of course, if a chicken is ill or whatever, we'll take care of that at that point, but the plan is to let them live their lives out until it's over. We have lost 3 birds. How many? Wait, 3. Yeah, 3. So we lost one of the OGs, which the OGs are all the older girls. We currently have 8 older girls and 2 younger. Originally, I had 9. So we lost one to sour crop a couple of years ago, and she is buried. So I buried her, well, Sir Grace buried her out in the garden, and just to give back to the earth. So anyhow, so these girls will live their life out. Oh, well, wait a minute. And then we had a baby that didn't make it, that was hatched in the coop. And then from an experience, we do not have a rooster, but I got some eggs from the farm. I had 2 broody hens. Only one hatched, and that baby just didn't make it. And Coco was the broody hen to that one. So anyhow, then we had one that I got from Meyer Hatchery that ended up developing seizures, and I had to put her down because not a very good situation to keep that bird alive. She was suffering, so we did put her down. But otherwise, the girls will live out their lives as long as they can, and as long as they're healthy and happy. They get every chance. Even if they stop laying eggs, I'm not worried, because again, I find value in the older girls and the old hens, because someday I'll be a really old hen. Thank you for pecking me, Midnight. She'll just sit and do this. Sorry about the bare feet. You get to see my toes. Let me cover that up. But she will just sit and peck me, and then she'll peck my toes, and no, it doesn't hurt me. I have very little feeling, so it don't bother me. I just let them do it. But anyhow, so the girls have just brought a lot of joy. They've helped Sir Grace out. He is a veteran. He's a combat vet, and he wanted nothing to do with chickens. But that little girl right there, Minnie, changed his world. And now he's super excited to go out and take care of the girls and He and Trip Up the Mountain did an excellent job on building this run that's super safe. And see, I can't, there's no way I can hit my head now. I've suffered 2 concussions with the old run, so now I've got a new one. Oh, looks like Coco's. This is what cracks me up. They do this thing. Oops, sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to scare her. It's funny because they'll lay on their side and they'll sunbathe, and I always go, bird down, bird down. Tender is showing it, but I don't know how well it's showing it. Let's see here. Alfonso said, "Hi, Glenda, I sent you an email." Okay, I'll check it here in a little bit. He was the winner, double winner yesterday on Talk About It Tuesday. There she goes. I'll just stay real still and watch her. It's the funniest thing to watch these birds lay on their side. He was a double winner. He won the coolest deck of cards I think I've ever seen. Karma found them at a grocery store, and they have all kinds of recipes on the back side of it. And I am just super excited to hear what Alfonso thinks about all those recipes. We all need to go over to Alfonso's house for dinner because he will be cooking some really good potato-y dishes now that he's got these cool cards. And then he won the soaps and the IKEA haul that I brought home. And so yeah, okay. So I guess you've got the email sent, so I will get that in the mail. It'll probably go out tomorrow morning. Hey, Trip.
I wanted to say goodbye.
Oh, well, come around.
in?
Yeah, come on in.
Okay.
Hey, I want y'all to meet Trip from, whoops, that's me, not me. This is Trip from Trip Up the Mountain.
How you doing?
See, he's a family friend in real life.
I'm real.
He's real. We know him personally. So, yeah, he helped Sir Grace with this project. And
This has been a lot of fun.
see, even he can stand under it and not hit his head. He's got like several inches above. Don't go anything further back because I see a cobweb that I'm going to have to get.
That's all right. Cobwebs. I've had plenty of cobwebs on me.
I see one right there. I'm gonna get it down. Look, we'll just right. Oh, I know it's a little there. I don't want to get that. Oh, there. See, there's the spider. Just a little one.
Oh.
Yeah, just a little one. No big deal. Ah.
Well, I'm headed out.
All right. Well, it's good seeing
Good
ya.
to see you too. I'll be back on Saturday. At 10. We're gonna go to the driving range.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Looking forward.
Bye. Tuesdays with Joy. Oh, it's Jenny. Hey, girl. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, Minnie and Coco and Chanel and Coco and Minnie. There's Coco right there. She lays a really... Coco, you didn't lay an egg yet, did you? So she has bumblefoot, which is why that they're wearing bandages. It's just to protect the feet while we're waiting for the bumble to hit. Or to heal, sorry, not to hit. We're waiting for the bumble to heal. She'll be due to get new bandages on. It's a long process. It's pretty much cleared out, but now we're just waiting on the skin to heal up. Chanel, you are just so sweet. She's got just like a sweet little look about her. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. But she's like, hi, I'm just a beautiful little bird, just hanging out, and I lay beautiful eggs. Yes, she's a good girl. You guys are welcome to ask any of your chicken questions. There's little Miss Faith, relaxing. She's doing so good. Sometimes she'll let me, she won't jump if she knows I'm bringing her TREATS's. Let's see, I'm gonna walk over here to the bucket. And, and I'm gonna call these girls in. And this is how you get your chickens all excited. Here, chick, 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 treats. Okay, whoops. Sorry, not right on top of you, that's not very nice. And here comes Chloe, the last one to the party. And I just need to make sure I've got 9 girls. So I'm gonna do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I've got everybody. I'm just gonna go over here and shut the gate because I don't want them out. It's getting a little bit later and people are coming home. And just want to make sure the girls are put up in case anybody needs to let their doggy out to go to the bathroom. Then my girls are locked in for now. So I do have 10 hens, but one of them just got put in broody jail. Woo! One just got put in broody jail. That was Miss Glinda, if you saw her earlier. Let's see here. What is bumblefoot? It is a staph infection that it develops a kernel, highly, like, it can kill the girls because it is a staph infection. It's recommended that you wear gloves when treating it. There's many options on how to get rid of it. Personally, I try to catch it early and use a drawing salve on them. And if that's not good enough, then we will remove it completely out and then put antibacterial cream on it. Also, the poultry Vetricin, that's what I'm trying to get out, Vetricin spray. And then we use a little gauze pad and some Coban and protect their feet, change their bandages many times. Sometimes chickens will have just like one bumblefoot and that's it, and some are frequent flyers. A couple of my girls, Coco and Midnight, both have bandages on because they're my frequent flyers. Other animals like guinea pigs, bunnies, they can all get bumblefoot. It's just an infection, a staph infection from a cut surface. So if you catch it early, it's really not that big a deal. I have never had a bird get it to the point where they've died of bumblefoot, thankfully, but that can happen. So it's important to check the bottom of your chicken's feet from time to time. The other thing that I do is I do maintenance with poultry mites, if I can speak correctly, and lice. It gets on the birds. It's just because they're outdoor, but you know, quite frankly, that shouldn't scare anybody because in comparison to where eggs come from, that most people get their eggs from, I'll say it like that. These chickens are out in fresh air. They get sunshine. They get, you know, they're just out in the elements and getting to live their best life. So things are going to happen. So anyhow, so I do preventative maintenance with poultry mites and poultry lice. I use it's a spinosad, and the company is Elector PSP. So these girls will be getting their coops cleaned out, or their coop cleaned out, I should not coops, but just coop cleaned out. And then when I go to clean the coop, I do a preventative spray inside the coop, and then my girls will all get a quick dip just to make sure if they do have any poultry mites or poultry lice, it will kill it. Again, it's just spinosad. It's non-toxic. There's no egg withdrawal with it. Super safe for chickens. And then we treat, they can also get intestinal parasites too. So we treat our girls with diatomaceous earth in their feed, which is what my poultry veterinarian recommends to do as the natural way. Sometimes I have to use Safeguard for chickens. That you can get the one specifically for chickens now. It's new to the market. If I find that my girls are having an outbreak, so that's how I treat them. But for preventative, it's diatomaceous earth, the food grade version of it. Super safe, highly recommended. Just be really careful when you're around it because you don't want that getting into your lungs. It is a lung irritant. So let's see here. You have a lot of Easter eggers. They have lovely temperaments. Thank you. Only the girls that I've only had really good girls. I don't have any roosters. I think that you really don't need a rooster. Not to say that there isn't value in roosters. I think that there's a great deal of value in a rooster. Super protective of the flock for one, and then also if you want to expand your flock, you kind of need one. But it's not necessary for the normal backyard flock. So yeah, these girls are really docile with humans. Chickens can be mean, so they can turn on each other. And sometimes you have to do a separation, but otherwise, my grandchildren have, you know, little ones, and then friends have brought over little ones, and they're more scared of my the little kids that come over than the kids are scared of them. It's kind of interesting, but I just won't have an aggressive bird around the little ones. But anyhow, let's see here. It's horrible. Both the guinea pig and rabbit communities advise softer bedding because of this. We use fleece and rugs for our babies. Yeah, let's see here. It can happen with anything, with chickens too. I mean, they can just get a cut anywhere, and that's what starts bumblefoot. But you just stay on it and just check on them. And I am checking Faith as well, because she does lay down a little bit more, so I have to check up her leg. So bumblefoot could actually be in her leg. If she ever gets to the point where she can't get around at all, I will be pulling her, separating her, and trying to make her life a little bit more comfortable. Again, you saw her egg just a little bit ago. She still lays an egg. She still is mobile. She just gets a little bit more TLC. And I am being beaten up by, hey, she'll get my toes in just a minute. It's pretty funny. Hey, girl, what are you doing? Anyhow, okay, and then, oh, Ginger popped in. Hey, girl. I saw that you said that your girls are back in the flock, and I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, we've dealt with bullies before many times. Little Miss Minnie right there. She's had that brain injury. She's doing great now. Every now and then when her body is stressed, she walks backwards, but that's just her norm. Hi, girl. I'm just going to get right through here. I'll go this way. I realized I left the treat bucket open. That's a big no-no. Just shut that up. No, you've had enough treats. No Tender, no Midnight. I'm sorry, Coco. I'm sorry, Tweety. They've had enough. You think that I don't ever feed these girls. So for those who don't know, this is a birdhouse, and I'm gonna have to fill it. But we use oyster shells. Chickens need calcium, and I give it to them separate. So if they need it, they can get it, but it's separate of their food. And this is a grandpa's feeder. Their chicken food is all in here, and they can open it up just by the pedal. It keeps the mice out, keeps the water out. Doesn't look very pretty right now because we've had rain. But let me show you the inside. The food is all still nice and dry. So it has saved us on so much money in feed. Are you gonna agree with that one? And you can't scratch it everywhere. It keeps your food dry, keeps mice out, because we do have a mouse issue being next to the field. Oh, Trip. Hey, Trip. He was just here. If you guys hit the rewind button and you just joined in, Trip was here from Trip Up the Mountain. So go over and check him out. He actually is a family friend. And yeah, he was just here. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. So anyhow, I hope everybody is having a good day. Yeah, Sid, thank you for saying hi to everybody. I appreciate it. Love to see everybody communicating with one another. And if you're not familiar with one of the other channels, go over and check them out. If you like what you see, subscribe and watch their content, and then comment too, because it helps the channel out a whole lot. So yeah, anyhow, well, these girls seem to be doing good. They love their run. This is a project, let me see here, that I built. Hang on. Yes, I put xylophones in here, and yes, my chickens will beat on it. But I don't know how well it's gonna show in here. But this is just scrap 2x4 with hardware cloth, and I planted some grass seed down in here. It's so tiny, I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera. But the grass seed is little. I just planted this last week. The idea is to let the grass grow up, and then the girls will get their own treats through that. And then when it's time to pick it up and move it, I'll move it to another location, sprinkle more grass seed or fodder down, and then the girls will eat it. And then when it gets to the other end, pick it up, move it, they'll eat all of it, and I'll start over again. That's how I just do my girls. I've done that since I first got chickens. As you can see, all the grass has been killed. So I figured this is a great way to incorporate some grass, and there is no hard roof on top of this area, so great spot to do that for them. I used to do this used to be part of the big chicken run, so I used to do it a lot right in here. But if you're trying to find a way to give the girls a treat, that's a really good way of doing it, and it's just using scraps. I have some more sitting over there. I'm looking at it. Some scrap 4x4s and some chicken wire. So I need to make some more of those little stations, I guess. So yeah, so that's next on the to-do list. And then the other thing is they've torn up one of the plants right there. I've done this. I have one. Where is it? It's over here. Let me go grab it because it's easier just to show you guys. You take an old tomato cage. Hey, girly. I know. There she is. Let me just lock that. I'm gonna walk over here and grab this because it's sitting over in another flower bed. And by the way, Ginger, this is Anise hyssop. And it's huge. Huge. Comes back every year. And as you can see, it's starting to get purple flowers. For those who don't know, it's an herb, and it tastes like licorice. So, and it smells like it too. If you rub the leaves, it smells like it. And then I gotta think what this flower is. This is a gorgeous purple flower that comes back every year. It's super spiky, and I think it's so cool. And then we're having problems with our freeze dryer. I'll explain it more on Saturday because I'll have a little bit more information. But normally I have all this thyme harvested for my girls and freeze dried. I may end up just cutting this back and then putting it in my freezer until the freeze dryer is done. But, okay, back to what I was grabbing. Let me take this with me. So it's just sitting here. So I used it to cover up the anise hyssop because when my girls free range, as you can see, they get into everything. So let me walk this back over here and we'll talk about it. Another idea you can do for your chickens. And then for those who are curious, there's the coop. So let's see. Back up, babe. Back up. Thank you. All right, we're gonna lock that in. All right, so this is an old tomato cage. And if you can kind of imagine, it's upside down. So that's the top. And then this is probably about 4 years old, 5 years old, something like that I did this. And these zip ties are still hanging on. It's all rusted on the inside. But what you do is you plant like an herb. So over here, this is where it'll be at when I get ready to do it. And I need to get a couple more. You plant your herbs in here, and I will stake this in the ground too so it doesn't fall over. So I might be pulling one of the anise hyssops and putting it in here, and also my girls like catnip, of all things. My girls love catnip. I'll let it get kind of bigger, and then of course the leaves will come through, and the girls can have that as a treat without killing the plant. That's the only tomato cage that I have that's set up and ready to go that I've had for years. But I have more, so I plan on giving the girls some more treats. Let me just lock that down because I just added some food and it doesn't look like I locked it. Let's see, why aren't you catching? There we go. You're caught. But anyhow, so if you just need some ideas for your chickens for treats, that's a good one. You can also do, I don't know, you can do cover crops too. And sprinkle seeds from cover crops down in there. You can go buy packs of pinto beans, like keep it on the cheap, don't be spending a lot. And just make like a real thick layer down in there and let them grow, and all those will grow up through the wire and your chickens will get a treat. And then when you're done and you're ready to let them take it over, just lift it up and there you are. But yeah, that's just another idea for treats. I think the lettuce is a hit. This was the lettuce that was going to bolt. So, little Miss Minnie. I owe Minnie a debt of gratitude. She helped Sir Grace quite a bit when she was recovering from her initial TBI a few years ago. Yes, I do, Miss Minnie. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Sir Grace had a brain injury and she had a brain injury. And I think they just kind of help each other. If he was out here, she'd be running straight up to him. When he was working on this run, she was like his little foreman, making sure that he was doing everything good. Uh-oh, that's a squabble. That's normal. That's normal pecking order. It's whenever it's an excess that you got to worry about it. Oh, here Sir Grace is coming around. I wonder if Minnie will notice. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. I don't stress with little squabbles. It's the bad stuff that I don't like to happen. And Ginger can agree with me. That's, you know, there are some times that it's just not. You gotta intervene if it's too bad. Our biggest issue right now is reintegration after a hen that has been broody is reintroduced to the flock. I never bring a girl that has been in broody jail and put her into the run. I know this is going to sound weird, but in the dog world, when you introduce a new dog, it's best not to introduce that dog inside the home. It's better to take that dog out on a walk or go to a park or somewhere away from its domain to help ease that process in. And just like you do with the dogs, you're introducing the dogs, we have to reintroduce our birds, reintroduce. I know it sounds so funny. It's just so crazy that I act like she didn't just come at it right. It's so crazy. I have to open up the door, and I love how they groom each other. I have to open up the door and let the flock out, and everybody has to be out snacking on grass, doing their thing, and then I will bring the broody hen out and set her out and stay out there for about 10 minutes just to make sure everybody's okay. And once I know everybody's okay, then they all go back in and they're just fine. Now, if I put the bird straight in without, like back into this run, and that's how I reintroduce, I'm just going to say it's going to be a bloodbath. And it is horrible. My girls are so well trained with treats, other than Chloe Kardashian. Yeah, you. That I can get all my girls back in. I never worry about them taking off on me, because I can get them all back in, except for Chloe. I struggle with her. Always have, always will. But she's the lowest on the pecking order. So, and sometimes Raven will go get her. Again, I find value in these older birds. I'm not judging nobody. If you're calling them out, that's fine. But for me, that's just a simple pecking. For me, these girls really do help. And she has slowed down on egg production. She still lays, but it's not as much because she is an older girl. I've always heard that when they stop laying, that's whenever is kind of their end of time. Like they'll be crossing the Rainbow Bridge in a way. Stay tuned. I don't know the answer to that. All the girls still lay, but she has slowed down significantly, so I can't speak to that from experience. And these girls will live until their natural death, whatever it may be, or if I have to put them down because they're suffering, I won't let that happen. I don't believe in letting any animal suffer. I want them to have the best life possible. Well, here comes social hour. Dust bathing is social hour. They do have dust baths, but they choose to do it anywhere they want. It helps with mites. It helps with keeping the oils down on their feathers. Helps cool them down in the hot days. I find that my birds dust bathe more in the summertime than they do in the winter. So it's kind of a cute little thing to watch. And there are 3 of them together. I don't want to get too close because they'll get up and jump if I get too close. There's Coco on her side. Looks like bird down. Or maybe I want to go, Johnny, or no, not Johnny, Jack, will you paint me like one of those girls? That's what I think every time she does that. She's something else. Well, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. I've been on for almost an hour. I just appreciate each of you guys hanging out with us. My crazy flock of chickens. Or maybe I'm the crazy chicken lady and they're the normal chickens. I don't know. Anyhow, I hope each and every single one of you have a great day. Be kind to somebody. You just don't know what they're going through. We'll see you Saturday night at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a lazy Saturday night chat. Bye, everybody.